How far match you check
Uh, half time.
No, just half time.
I true, brother, I want to stop play mine. More my 2 years them.
Bro, you know say the game is over, bro.
Put the weird head sit over my head, brother. Put the play game, dog.
Season, bro. You know, you can admit it, say the game is
Okay,
over.
share bitch ass up. Shut up.
Say now, wait, sit over here is right now.
Brother, I'm gonna play FIFA with me. What even like about, bro? I'm gonna like it setting up, bro.
Then I buy a earphone and plug in a controller.
Simple.
I don't like it neither.
Yeah, no,
I know that I come from.
Yeah, but I'm gonna like them again. No, I'm rather that still
Yes,
I
man.
go around and about. What do I'm gonna try it? Realize I'm gonna like it again. Alright.
you know, like you plug in our ears. Scala wine, wine pass. See how his stream look, you know. Any Batman thing, chigla say.
I ain't about man thing.
I say Batman stuff, bro. I might mute for the most part on my stream still, you know.
Because
I
I
don't
don't can
say
get
you say
to
Batman thing. Nigga, you gay bitch, nigga.
Yeah, hear yourself, I got chigla. Bitch, nigga.
Shut up your mouth.
Shut up your mouth, man. Shut up your mouth, man. No, too loud, no. Turn it down.
Ricky, who you stream to? Just yourself?
It public, so say if I want to watch it. But yeah, myself, me stream it to myself.
Come on, me book way ball for.
Turn off that.
Yeah, I'm just like finance on game and buy. Comedy one plate. Liverpool no over hours pan it. A joke thing.
You have more watch my FIFA than all of them, dog.
No, 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 no. No, it was not from FIFA. Yeah, a whole yeah, 232 hours me from FIFA, you know?
Fix up
Buy
the
a long
game.
game with this time. What I think me did want, I may only play for 10 hours. Buy one game like probably maybe 2 weeks ago. I'm gone 71 hours already.
Oh, nah, good ball computer, dog.
Again, it depend. Oh, weekend, no. Sorry.
Eh?
But I asked if it depend night shift, same way. But a weekend, no, you're not
Hey,
play.
dog, you have to
Alright.
about that right now. Work at one in the night here.
Yo, my boy left work, you know?
That, you know, from how them about to say,
That go there one day and cut.
what make?
Man, saying like him did that do.
When did I do?
I him did that. That's why he expired juice them.
Oh, him that cut out the juice, them.
Yeah, man, saying like it, so you no go back.
Brother, man, dumb kind of man. Yo, I'm telling you about your friend, them, you know.
Brother. He's a man who take God off and cross and hard and cause him to work and he did the pay much for pure long. And the man saying he want some hands on and get, the man left the next day. Man, no, do brother, I can't help him. So right now, the man sing in yard.
Leave my top, boy. Um, I said, dog, that's a just couple of choose stock count that go on, brother.
Too
Them take
late,
out the
cause
expired
about
juice.
2 weeks, my dog no show back.
Yeah, I want next look juvenile, I see, I see them have one next look juvenile for putting that.
Chiggy, remember when I tell about V10?
Yeah.
You do it, See anything I'm tell you,
Now,
I go on and that go on, From thing broke your trend line and retrace, thing just shoot off.
you never take place out.
Cause me see it late. And since evening, me see it after I done gone.
Uh,
Nah, force it. And if I ever do one look consolidating thing. Broke it two of my trend line them. I'm ready to go off and I come. I'm gonna walk soon.
Yeah, wait, then I'm merching that joint. Chigla waiting a batty boy, cause you start all the match on there and a batty boy. no umbrellas in Africa. What is this? What is this? Don't need umbrellas. Don't need this. I want to feel the rain. I want to interact with the rain. So there's no need of it. But yeah, people do use this. Just put on your head. And then you're good to go. Mostly women that oh we are what we are wait for.
One white cranberry. Huh? Alright. You can't show
Yeah,
her
wait,
far.
when I'm ready enough for the kind of occasion we all relish as football fans. Non-stop hype all week long, and now for the action. Good evening and welcome ahead of what should be a pulsating night of football. I'm Derek Ray, and sharing commentary duties with me is Sue Smith. And the stage is set for clubs match action. Tell us about your pre-match thoughts.
Well, being in and around the ground before kick-off, the fans are buzzing. They can't wait for this game, so hopefully it's a fast-paced, entertaining match.
No let-up on the pressing front. Oh, got into position brilliantly. Oh, big chance! And just like that, the break has stopped. Really top-quality defending. Maybe the ideal pass.
Jigla.
Oh, cut out brilliant!
Oh, you never have to give me that ball in here, and a bitch.
Bumbo with looking good, that.
Suck yourself.
Rolf.
Diane space. Suck your butt.
Good-looking move. Clean challenge. Uchida. Fab. Intelligent threaded pass here. Superb block on the back of the ball from the flank. Untidy in possession. Uchida. A really good pass. Oh, looked rushed there. Promising passage, but came to nothing. Losing possession. Well, play getting a bit bogged down in midfield.
Yeah, it's all a bit sloppy, isn't it?
Oh, good vision. Really good build-up, but no end product.
Well, dog. Ball in the pass sweet up on this, Ricky.
Yeah,
Fab. Lee. Well, there's a living, breathing example of positional sense.
Keeping out play ball for hurt my fucking head.
Push your first ball at party, man.
Chi. Rolf. This might get them in front. And just like that, broken up.
Sleep.
Chances on. And there it is. 1-0. Their efforts have been rewarded.
Party, man, chaps. Shut up, bitch ass nigga.
Well, we can see it again now, and they're so dangerous in these transitions. The speed of the counter-attack is really impressive. And then once he's through, there was never any doubt, was there? Hits it hard and true, and the keeper just can't react in time.
Iago. Threads it nicely, but not quite what was needed. I really thought they were going to open up the defence. And threading it through. Will it happen for them? Oh, he's through here.
You know, dog.
And there it is! 2 goals in a matter of minutes.
You know, dog.
Incredible stuff.
That boy, they sell out them nationalities. That boy, a party boy.
What you saying, B?
Well, just look how he's
Them come from England.
Pass is weighted to perfection, and once he's in, it's all.
Boy, I sell out, bro.
No messing around, just blasts it past the keeper. So emphatic, what a hit.
Uchida.
Check it out.
Oh, big moment. What a powerful effort, but not threatening the goalkeeper, and he'll be disappointed.
Yeah, do, bro.
And he read it well, intercepting it. Lee. Can he put it away? Well, I think it's fair to say he really should have been able to give the
Have we
Give
seen
your
this one?
blood clot.
Yeah, but we don't know how the man that put the pipe on him right side, brother.
Lee. Uchida. Oh, great attacking play. Ricky. And that is going to be a free kick.
What? Oh.
A very good tackle.
So what a bro, man.
Could be threatening. And the keeper showing good hands. Now, how about the short corner? Showing a real will to win the ball. Incisive ball. No let up here. In it goes! A 3-goal push.
How about that? One cheeky pussy here.
I really like the way he slipped past his marker here. And once it falls to him like that, it's a routine finish. Cool and clinical.
And Amos has it now. Excellent vision. And there it breaks down, but credit to the defence.
Yeah, that looks really promising. They'll be disappointed, you know.
Oh, moving it nicely. Could be.
Dog, I'm mean a
There
dog.
it goes. Such a complete performance.
Dog, I'm mean a
In
dog.
front now.
Hey boy, I sell or Ricky. Look at him nationality.
Sell out, yes.
Pussy all
This
that,
is a
man.
wonderful ball.
Yo, give me cover now.
Great work.
There, now give me money down custom to crazy brother. Fuck them girls
hesitation at
there.
all. Just puts his foot through it, rifles it past the keeper. It's a cracking finish.
Well, the electronic board showing 1 additional minute. Good idea.
Yep, on top. If you can't be chaining it.
Hardy. Now opening things up.
Check that.
You're, you know, you're in out to your ass. Let's talk about yourself, Ricky.
I'm thinking I kick you one time still.
Yo, Sigla, the dog want to join the Discord, but it nah show him the option them.
Boy, Ashton, I say dog. Tell the man
Ah.
tell the man to take out that, you know.
Oh, I'm in black new user.
Something like that. Him have to do it, make them can see thing them.
Call him and tell him before him go right now. Ramzu like him and set up him player.
One ram shit.
Ricky Sonny can't like him there. Game share and plays computer.
Me not know about that.
Fucking trash.
Through Steam, yeah, Steam. I can do it.
Where buy a game pan?
Me not don't know. Me not really buy game on Steam.
Where you use?
Me use Me use the app them where build it. Like me not buy FIFA from EA. From EA can get discount on them thing there.
Like him a beard. So, I'm buy some.
But that if you
Away
use
they
game
go
share,
again.
they
Yo,
can
Second
second
half
two
is
can.
Brother,
here.
two man then can join with blood card discard without your
Beautiful
them
pass.
brother. One youth in I discard, accept him in I think can join with that.
And a relatively straightforward save for the keeper.
Try. And I'm not gonna buy one place type plus
You
smoke.
can clearly see they work on their shape out of possession, can't you?
Got church is my Ricky.
Eh,
You pray for me and them thing there.
Hardy.
nah,
And in the right position
nah, I
to
tell you
read
that,
it.
you know.
Why me cannot pray for me?
Name member.
Chi.
If one say their church, I get supposed to always buy bros. And buy bros before.
Well, they could break at pace. Well, it was a good counter-attack in the making, but very alert defending.
White church girl them catch you. That man get free alive.
In a
Breaks it
fast,
nicely.
in a fast, good goal.
Oh, fully
Good
stretched.
dog.
You can't ball you. So I make that player big now. You can't ball same nah bucky ball them and that.
And whipped into the box.
Dog, I mean
Fuck
this in the
lad.
dog. I mean this in the dog.
Nah go run it ball them. Say nah game man.
Mean this in the
My
dog.
goodness, it's so one-sided.
The other one the ball them just look like them a float. It's a joke dog.
The God, the man them said them tired.
Yo, when I can play now in him there. Not the party chop in the game.
Start it until I stand accept the dog.
Also, I say when I can play the PlayStation party chat. I remember PlayStation,
Can't go in a chat.
the EA party chat. That me ask him.
But saying Jamal, you know. So, see with him.
And everybody done handicap this guy.
Promotion is on the line. It is that simple. But before they celebrate, first they must take care of business and win this game. The pressure is on. Will memories be made? Stay tuned. It's live. And welcome to a game that really should have pulses racing. Every reason to believe this will be enthralling. I'm Derek Ray, perched here on the commentary gantry, and sitting alongside me to provide expert analysis is Stuart Robson. And if everything falls into place today, we'll be talking about promotion. Your expectations?
Well, what a great opportunity for them here. A win today and they will be promoted. This really should be an exciting game. I'm looking forward
See, like a central.
Hardy. Fab.
Suck your chigger.
Oh, go suck out yourself. You're a ball. You're a ball in a you may watch.
And finding the
Long time possible already.
Hey, shit
Nothing comes
bitches.
of it. Good defending it was.
Yeah, blood clot computer. Bumbo clot. Can't find the pass up now.
Now what can they do from here?
I'm going pass.
Still working away. Oh, they were in a decent position too. Chances on.
Only done.
Well, fantastic reflex action from the goalkeeper. That's a good-looking ball. Opportunity. And alarmingly, that is a long way off target.
Boy, move the keeper, dog. When I try to force it over, they say there, dog.
Cross might be on. Nascimento. And a timely intervention.
I get chops.
Now, who can he play it to? And good work to regain possession. Velasco.
Yeah,
That's a
rain that a
living,
come
breathing
down, brother.
example of positional sense. Dangerous ball.
Outside.
And the flag has gone up here. Offside the decision. Fab.
Yeah, man,
Led that
lead,
pass all the way. Cutting it out.
Brother, I see man never move some. Like you just far.
it's a fuck
Is it
idiot.
going to be? Well, decent effort, but not troubling the keeper too much.
What that Scarface?
Lee. Trying to open up the defence. That is not going to do. Well wide of the target.
Shit, what's it on?
And moving it forward. But they took care of the situation defensively. Ricky. Committed challenge. Waited well. Squanders the chance for 1-0.
Well, that's a big miss.
Dog, the fuck that?
Now,
Brother, I feel like when the man them keeper, bro, it bring off a aim, bro.
Yeah, that.
Me had put the ball wide.
Beautifully weighted ball. To take the lead. And threading it through. He's through.
No, chicken.
Fuck, my bad.
Watch it, bro.
After
Man,
when
system slow down. You know, system slow down, I can't go faster.
my bad, I take it there.
Well, they have the ball once more. Well, it's a decent looking attack, this.
No, chicken.
You know my ball go so far, dog.
And a throw in it's going to be.
Shut down. Ask for the ball in the dog. Man, take long to pass the ball, dog.
You could have put it one time and watch him.
I never see this one come over my head, brother. That's why I pressed it again.
Camera. Velasco. Well, nicely cut out. Now what can they do with the ball? Delightful pass.
Goal. How weird pan.
It has gone over the touchline for what will be a throw-in. Well, a chance here perhaps to invigorate their aerial targets. Annoyingly, there it breaks down.
Like you didn't reach a ball, you know.
Well, good run and good ball control, but nothing comes of it. Fab. Oh, in with a chance. Well, a forceful effort, but it goes down as a missed opportunity.
strikes it with power, but not with that.
Well, we kick one place in the dog.
No, we don't do that time, yeah.
Well, giving the ball away. Can he put them in front? Yes is the emphatic answer. And you have to say it was on the card.
If you pass the ball, girl.
Yeah.
And back underway. 1-0 it is.
Yo, the man, if you end up over 5, you know that.
And so the first half story has been written. It's half-time here in West London.
I know that. Hero ball. I don't man. Pass the ball for again.
Excellent vision. And a long way out. And a solid stop there. And over it comes. And keeps it out, showing lightning fast reactions.
Yeah, what a remarkable save. He was so alert there.
Can they set up a chance? Well, possession problems. Donashimento. Oh, it looked really promising for them.
Here and I fall up a yard.
There.
Might be a chance to break. Opportunity here. Oh, he's found the net. And that increases the advantage to 2.
Remember me gave first goal here, pussy.
They deserve.
You will first goal, must score a goal on the side of the bad team. Right. Maybe still, not sure.
Well, here it is again, and it's all about the pace in transition. They're so quick to get out from the back, and from there, he never looked like missing. That's a lovely goal.
Well, moving the ball forward, they might be in business. A disappointing end to the move. Good high press. Putting all their energies into winning back possession. Good looking pass. And a little too close to the keeper in the end.
Check them, I think, yeah, that
Run
run
it well.
Long time the man for going there.
yeah, that run long time, book shovel dog.
Good looking move. Could reduce the deficit. Van Dijk. How about the cross? Taking care of business defensively here. Counter-attacking chance. Can he? Well, it really wasn't easy for the keeper to stop it.
Brilliant save from that sort of
I
range.
tell you, like.
No right to stop that.
Was an important piece of defending. As clean as a whistle, that challenge. And it's going to be a free kick. And the pass deftly cut out.
Sandy, how this up? Sandy.
Chida.
Don't go share it,
And
KFC.
they keep it moving. Oh, genuine chance. And the ball denied it.
Don't go share it, KFC.
Just can't see them throwing this one away.
Oh, wait a minute. Opportunity. Oh, and standing tall to deny that superb effort. Rocha. Into the final 20 minutes.
Keep ball on, brother.
Smart defending. He's through. And it goes! A 3-goal cushion, and you truly sense it's a matter of how many. Is this going to be a thrashing? 3-0 now.
Bitch, pass ball long time about.
And he has options available. Really good challenge. Good use of
Rustin, this is
advantage.
a man I play.
Well worked piece of pressing. Fab. Well timed his challenge magnificently. Wonderfully weighted pass. And quick thinking defensively. Fab.
I don't 9-9. Me in a dog.
And a goal!
Me in a dog.
Nailed the hat-trick!
Me have to directly play in a dog.
Just can't stop him today.
Me have to directly play in a dog.
And this is turning into something of a rout. 4-0. It's a good-looking ball. Cross could be useful. Struggling to get it away. And the attack fizzling out. Good conditions for the counter.
Go for the Gary.
But the danger averted for now.
We do want to follow the flag team. Sorry.
So the final whistle almost upon us, and this is not exactly what the home fans had in mind when they arrived at the ground today, Stuart.
Well, where do I start? They've been totally outplayed in all areas of the pitch, but it's their defending that's really been poor today.
Looking at this card, you see one dog in one joint vice card.
It's a worrying performance.
Lund.
Well, these fans are demanding much more here. They have to start winning the ball back quicker. At the moment, they're too easy to play against.
5 minutes left. It's a neat move.
You are a real party man in a dog.
Lee.
So cute.
Elgate, striker, I'm off.
Yo, I'm saying I'm in the request and the next part is shit.
Bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, it's so far. Ready. So couldn't ready, no dog.
Oh,
Brother, me and my bro, Ricky for ready, bro.
yeah, if you're ready, match, bro. Jenna. What is name, Lee?
His last outing brought history. Now the legend continues, with surely more goals on the way to add to his new club record. Welcome to another exciting game, brought to you by EA TV. Guy Mowbray with you for commentary, along with Sue Smith, and every reason to believe we're in for an entertaining match here.
Playing now,
Here's
dog.
this one going, Sue.
It's great to be here. I think it's important that
Control
both
that
teams
Keyword, bro.
Off the post and away. But any celebrations would have been cut short, even if it had got in. It's offside. Could be something happening for them now. Opportunity here. Gets in the way superbly.
Oh, it's brave defending that. Good body position.
Chiglen, see I keep man on side, bro.
And it's been cut out. There's the turnover. Really nicely played. What can they do with this now? That will keep the attack moving nicely. The attack is over. Good pressure high up the pitch. Out of play it goes for a throw-in. Moving the ball around well here.
Yeah, you can see they're just waiting for an opening.
Good cross into the middle. And away from danger it goes. Chance for the lead. Brilliant defending.
Good goal.
And it's on now. What a
Kick it and Ricky, him get rid.
Shall kick it,
And
yes,
the
shall kick
flags
it,
up,
yes.
so any goal wouldn't have stood anyway. But we should still praise an amazing save. Oh, brilliant anticipation.
Pass the
Getting
ball
a bit
and
congested in the middle of the park. Now here's an invitation. Now for the finish. And he's got to do better there. Didn't make the most of it. And it's given away.
yes.
They're in here. Corner to come. And it's a short corner. They could be in trouble here. Oh, it must be here. Oh, it's a goal.
First up, never ready.
Really nicely finished.
Here we can see it again. Certainly luck is on his side here. Could have quite easily hit the post and come out, but it sneaks in. I'm sure he'll be happy with that.
And that's been nicely won by the defence.
Yeah, it was good positioning there, wasn't it?
Played through nicely. Real chance. Oh, you can't stop them now. They've got another in double quick time.
Well, you can see the pace on the break is scary, really difficult to stop, and I couldn't see him missing from there. He made a strong connection. It's a nice goal, that.
The pass picked off. An attack of genuine promise developing. No whistle, the ref keeps things moving. Delivered into the box. And that has been cleared away.
Sure. Big old blood touch around.
A little careless there as the ball changes hands. He's beaten his man here. This is an excellent run. A miscue in the final third there.
Oh, sniffed out the danger well there. Looked like a real promising attack, didn't it?
They've come away with the ball. That's a good ball. This has to be. And further clear they go. There's surely no throwing this one away.
Well, here it is again. It's difficult for the goalkeeper. 2v1. He makes the right decision. Lays it off for an easy tap-in. It's defensively poor, though.
lovely ball. There might be something building now. And that's going to be it for the first 45 minutes.
Yo.
The action restarts. The second half's underway. Nicely sets it up.
This time.
Sigla here.
Chigla Nyambus.
Could be setting something now.
Add Ramsey Tea Club.
See if you can come on the bench and add it to the field. Sigla.
Decent
On the
looking
bench.
attack this.
Yeah, you know, bench there.
I show up on the field.
Eh?
Are you put me on the field?
No, brother, I'm say see if you can go on the bench and see if I can.
Add Ramsey Tea Club, brother.
And the flag's up. Offside.
The man can join us when as friends. Oh my god, Adi man, I'm there on the game. You there on the bench?
Yeah, man, they're on the bench. Oh, never.
Let me see, wait, when ball. Yeah, there.
Fucking idiot.
Something could be on with this. And stopped in their tracks with a change of possession. Keeping the ball really nicely here. Could get back in it. And the goalkeeper gathers the ball in easily. And that one goes out and away.
Right choice that. And Ireland could reset. Gives them time to regain their shape, doesn't it?
Some good work to win it there. Having a try, and it's held on comfortably. Promising move. Now what happens from here? It's in, but he knew, and the flag went up quickly.
Finished so well, but he knew himself that he was offside.
Read the pass well and tapped it out. This could be dangerous. What a chance here. Oh, it's a poor finish, and the keeper makes life
Yeah, right idea, just not the end product. He's going to be disappointed with that.
Flying hands.
Really good interception.
they say me. Fix
And unable to retain possession. Starting to get interested here. Well, that's how to clear it. Drop in focus.
Well, the stats confirm the home side haven't kept the ball well. It's working for them. This is clearly a tactic that they've identified in the game. Sit back, low block, fight the opposition onto them, and then the space that they create, they exploit. It's been good to watch how they've done it.
Well, the pattern continues here. Defence is key. To reduce the deficit. Need for a stoppage here. What's developing there? He's going to go in the box.
It's a clear foul, but in fact, they're
Well read to gain possession. And it comes down to the final 5 minutes.
Sure.
And it's been cut out. There's the turnover. Now, what can they do from here? Oh, that's really well cut out. And that is the final blast. Not the result that the visiting fans were hoping for. What did you make of it all?
They never really got going. They looked nervy in possession. There was too many errors at the back, and they've been punished. It's a disappointing performance for sure.
Yo.
Yo.
You know how much?
I don't know, Ricky match done. Yeah. The road continent. So man can't work with them and yard error, bro. Look how Vixten a move, bro.
Hey, Chigla, you know play.
Tiny man.
Let me wait for him. So what you the Ramzo?
Load me a load up, you know.
Why is he eat?
Siglo, you make Abia tell you come up a game. Like you buy a game. Sigla. Sigla.
Yo.
Why you make Abia tell you come up a game like you buy a game? Eh? Sigla Luda. Abia run head Sigla.
You know, go answer it. Oh, Marina looks so. Tell me where you got work today. I read shirt red on Marina say now. Maybe. Thank you. Okay, see.
That one player alone we can create, how can I that game this?
What? But my password and the conditions. What's the girl in the one? Wrong phone, man.
When are we from, brother?
So just a start only one player we can create.
Yeah, a while too. I know.
Can create a forward that develop fast.
Come spend some time with me. Yo. Yo. Take out the food. I know that especially I got hot. Like fire.
Yo, Ramzo,
Oh, gone.
you know
I want
that?
to reset my player, dog.
Yeah, that you be a wrong player.
Me create a midfielder, I want to create a forward. Because I don't know
But
one player
who
we
you
can
gonna play
create with my
for?
create a forward. Huh?
Tomorrow do that.
I should know.
I could buy a next one, brother. I'm gonna play and make money and buy a next one. What do you gonna buy one of them, yeah?
Brother.
Play holding, brother.
The DM this smell, you know. Or the same. All right.
No matter. The fuck, my phone delete.
It feels like a highly significant contest. Two teams with designs for success, ready to go at it and prove they're as good as their billing. An exciting battle in store. We're live on EA TV. Good evening and welcome ahead of what could be a pulsating night of football. I'm Derek Ray and delighted to have alongside me, as usual on these occasions, Stuart Robson. And the stage is set for clubs match action. My
We mind hold at them side. You know I run to win the match?
you have to earn the right to play. Oh, big shot!
He'll be delighted to have won the ball.
That's how to do it inside your own penalty area.
Ricky. That's a good pass. It was easy on the eye. The interception was made.
Love for Mike that me here, dog.
Boy, bro, man.
Play chops.
Uchida.
All them discard.
Well, a scruffy little sequence with neither side able to control the ball.
Yeah, it's all a bit rushed at the moment.
He had work to do, the goalkeeper. Well, on you go, says the referee. Advantage. Uchida. There to take it away. Well, the defenders know they need to get tighter. And a chance to whip it in here. Oh, neutralise the
Oh,
situation.
Lord, good pass. Good guy.
And
Yeah,
this might
really?
not be the ideal situation for them. Oh, and off the crossbar.
Yeah, that
Shot
was
the
a
kicks
bit
out.
unlucky. It was a really good effort, I have to say.
That means internet can get fucked.
Wang. Ramsey has it. Ricky. Fab. Can they set up a chance? This for the lead. And
Good
a
boy.
goal to open the scoring. No wonder they're
Good pass,
celebrating.
bro.
The one that look like it,
Yo, I'm not me as a what if what them little game about minute player, dog.
Well, let's take another look. It's a really well-timed pass
Here,
on the sideline.
if
Yeah,
you
but with
signal.
the game, they have
Good.
face
That's an excellent goal.
recognition, bro. That tough.
Cordero.
you can just make you use your
Oh, superb skill.
Yeah, he's got so much
Yeah.
ability.
Possession one.
Just upload a picture or something and you just make you use your actual face.
Oh, it might be. The game has been turned on its head. They have never stopped believing, and now they sense victory. Kouakou. Cordero. And a clever piece of defending. You. Possession, the most important thing. Promising attack. Rocha. Uchida. Fab. Intelligent ball. Good patient build up as they try to fashion something. Fine cross into the middle.
That me a fucking talk about that. In a position, man.
Oh, they shot three goal.
The first him score 3 goals, 3 shots, 3.
class position that
This is looking rather comfortable for them. 3-0. Cordero. Promising looking attack. Oh, fancy footwork. Well, getting in the way. Superb save.
They have one big shit bag dog, Joe.
Who can they pick out? And
I
losing
want to-
possession. Takes aim. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great defending.
Yeah, me I eat my food, you know, brother.
The throw in forthcoming.
Me I eat my food. Me I eat my food.
And thwarted there following the cross.
Me I need my food. Yeah.
Kang. Can't give him too much space. Ricky. Rocha. Lund. Kang. Ricky.
call for that. Check it.
Good looking move.
Listen
He
about
read
that.
it well. Well, he keeps going.
Play slow the fuck that you know.
And look at this. Oh,
Jaja.
yes, a goal. Exactly what
I'm
they
sure
were
you
looking
fall
for.
in that.
And he's come up with it.
Where are you?
And if it's a DM or a CM this in bro.
Rocha.
Just create a first player.
Pick a position and move
Holding on to what they have is the
fast.
priority, apparently.
They look so comfortable, don't they?
Wang. And back with Kang. That's a good-looking pass.
Now wrap it.
Electing to cross into the centre.
Okay, boy. Tall.
Threat over for now, it seems. And Ortiz has it. And very nicely positioned to win it back. If you're wondering about stoppage time, 1 minute to be added on. Good looking ball. And there it breaks down.
Stop
but
showing your
credit
call
to
for
the
the ball
defence.
now.
Give me a call for the ball. I'm not think him call for that.
Half here.
No, but me have called for ball, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, after the match, I may restart. Restart everything. Internet off. Off up.
Wi-Fi I use.
What is for use?
Ethernet, bro.
Ethernet. Ethernet and internet and that shit thing. That's when I just have cable.
Use out the one conky, man.
Jamal in there, you see.
So enough people use a Wi-Fi?
No, but now it's my Wi-Fi.
Oh.
We're true rain after. I'll get the people Wi-Fi and the two string and see.
Brother, I live a ghetto, I live uptown, I same fucking thing.
Nah, man, I can't get 5G tone, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you go certain place, like when you have a service from my
Oh yeah, that.
instead you say LTE,
Yeah.
certain place
Yeah,
have 5G, brother.
I think
When
so
you
that
come and
applies
get
to
it
like
now,
internet still. You have to just
when you
pay
come
for
and get it now, we just get 4G done yourself.
Second half.
Oh, could have a security, you know.
Distributing it well. Oh, big opportunity. And a goal. A running riot here.
4 shot, 4 goal. One up on a piece of
Great
farm.
long head, man.
Goals and plentiful supply.
Okay, you know,
One currently. That's a good-looking shot. An alert reaction to tip it over. So the corner played into the box.
Good.
Well, after pressing like that, maybe the short route to goal. Well, that one has promise. Oh, surely!
But I see if boy.
Degree of difficulty there for the keeper.
Well, he's just pulled off a brilliant save there. That had goal written all over it.
And the corner far too close to the goalkeeper.
Third ball, my boy. You're big like
Now
holes.
options
Over there,
aplenty.
Yeah, it's good.
Played towards the near post. Well,
Not
the
bad,
keeper
not bad.
wasn't fooled by it at all, in actual fact.
But yeah.
After that, Chigla. Ah!
Well, couldn't quite find his teammate.
Should have kicked in it.
Ortiz on the ball.
Outside ref.
He's gone into an illegal position, unfortunately. And losing possession. Oh, they'll be disappointed. It looked promising.
Well, they've defended that really well. They look very organised there.
Ricky. intercept. And support available. Surely. A goal! An exceptional performance this. 4 to the good.
I'm not scoring a goal. I'm not level up fast enough. I need to change the player. No.
I never score a goal for Liverpool.
To me, these have get points in this.
A glut of goals. 5-1 it is.
Easy, but it's harder for Billy player. Boom, boom.
Oh, fancy footwork.
That pussy, aren't you?
Yeah, it just depends on which type of player you.
And across the touchline.
You
so
know,
it's
yeah.
here.
If him pick him look like him dep on a reset. That a ball winning play.
Rocha.
Yeah, recycle, yeah.
Perfect position to read it.
You'd have to probably win tackles.
Promising looking.
They'll go right.
But they took care of the situation defensively.
Huh?
Shower, yeah. Pause. Take that.
Baka. Decent looking ball.
He play one side?
Man, look like the shooting boots there back here now.
Safe
Oh, no
hands
problem,
on
penalty, man.
display. Wang. Uchida. Fab. Will it happen for them?
Just to the car,
They'll get
man.
ready for the throw-in. Textbook defending inside the box. Opportunity here.
Ramsey!
It is.
Must rifle it,
Boy.
man.
After
Boy.
another, and it speaks to the
That is it.
quality of that performance.
Everybody in a number. I see
That's real.
Cordero.
everybody in a number. Say,
Number 9 with
Ndri. Tackle taken away. And playing it through.
Level more quick and get 7 now.
Cordero.
wait.
Level more pick.
Oh, that's a super piece of defending.
That glitch, man. Glitch game glitch. Put in a number.
Ramsey.
Ramsey in a number.
Yeah, why you run on the ball? Try with that.
Did well to win the ball back. That's how to put in a challenge.
Well, can come in like dashing on brown chops.
Oh, cigar.
10 minutes to go.
Oh. Pang.
Flag raised.
The left winger.
Side it is.
Yeah.
If you use a left wing back,
Couldn't keep it.
the man the fat, I'm sure the man the fast in all this, you know.
Loves to cut in from the wide areas.
No. Couldn't see the ball, lad.
Shot, but
Still
on
miss.
target.
Well, as you said, off target when really
Sigla, coffee bar.
back of the net. That's a golden opportunity.
Pass the ball there.
And he saw the situation developing. Well, on the cusp of the final whistle, and the home side really prospering today. Interesting
Hey.
your take.
My bad with him.
Why you run?
They've had complete
I
control.
realize me again.
Their movement
Man, I'm
and
food, man.
energy have been a joy to watch. It's been a really good win for them.
Me not yeah.
Must be. Well, a strong
Oh,
goal.
God,
Keep
man,
a big
yeah.
like goals right now. I don't believe in I keep of them or anything else.
Who can he pick out? Quick
Right, that is
counter
it.
could be on.
Go on, I'll do it.
Stand up, party man.
Oh, your players get tired, brother.
Yeah, when a player get tired, they have to slow down.
It's a neat move. And the header.
Yeah, because you're
That's
tired.
it. You have to know how to use the shield button. You have to know for press when to press the shield button. Okay, if it bounce him that drop.
possession, unfortunately.
Him put all the way. Hmm?
And that is
That
the
is
end
it.
of the contest, and not a happy outcome as far as the visitors are concerned.
That just wasn't good enough today. A lack of a game plan, too many players
And I
below
get
the
man, I
mark,
must
and not
give me a
enough
fuck,
energy
you know.
all around the pitch. A really worrying performance for me.
Double XP and all that.
And they are level 50.
And I mean, and I'll never do this right now, brother. Yo, man, I restart my game.
Put on a few points.
That make me feel so.
There, Ricky.
Yo,
Which archetype you use for your player?
think I'm magician.
Magician.
Me never even know say archetype with them plus click
Good. Tell them if you use one card something and buy a player, I shall buy one, you know, cause see how it can go, bro, cause defensive midfield thing now go level up fast. I'm gonna get me that mid picture and see.
For the first time today, he'll take to the field as the club's new record scorer. So the question now is no longer if he can break the record, but how many more can he get? Stay tuned for it all.
Happened. Real Madrid collapsed against Atletico Madrid.
Promises to be.
But before
What do
we
we
talk
got?
about
This is a
Madrid's
great
weaknesses,
opportunity.
let's talk about this player, Julian Alvarez, the most underrated.
But
Very early.
He can do everything.
someone don't look like
Free
him
kicks,
for
corners,
boom,
crosses,
Look at this
deflections,
again. He shows
long
great
runs.
vision and
There's not a
awareness to
single
play
thing
the
he
ball
can't
through.
do.
And I
Incredible
really
free
like the
kicks,
finish.
guys.
Gets
Real
his head
Madrid
over the
conceded
ball and
5, but
tries
also
to
Mane
curl
has
it
to be
hard.
congratulated.
Makes it difficult for the
He completely outperformed Xabi Alonso tactically.
Sorry,
He overwhelmed the midfield. Chemian, where we see him getting dunked on, and Valverde, who ran in all
Or
directions
could
like
you
a
control the
headless
player?
rabbit, simply because this man brought intensity. He overwhelmed and played on weaknesses. He knew that defensively in aerial duels, Real were going to have trouble, and he took advantage of that today. It's 2 or 3-headed goals,
Roman.
guys, it's crazy.
Yo,
Even to our great delight, Griezmann scored
Which
again
one I
after about
play?
10 minutes. I don't know how long. But in any case,
Running,
Atletico Madrid
dribbling,
was well
and
tactically
shooting.
and
You for
even
now,
in
brother.
terms of intensity. They played a derby. Unlike
Just
Madrid or
asking you,
players like
bitch.
Ian who are used to
Yeah.
excelling, they were completely overturned.
Oh, what
They
you
couldn't
play
move the
now?
ball
I
anymore.
love running to
I have the impression that he was overwhelmed by events and by the stakes of this match.
But I'm just
I
a
really don't
tripod,
understand
tripod,
Ardeleur's
but I'm
exit.
not.
I really don't understand.
Well,
He was the
that's
only
good.
player capable of causing you danger, capable of creating gaps. He was the one who provided the decisive pass. Once again a scorer, but there will be a lot of questions to ask Xabi Alonso, who was devastated at the end of the match, but this is crazy. Tib
Oh, man.
Alonso, you had a test. You took that test and you tore it up. How do you explain that to me? How do you explain that in the 59th minute, your best player on the pitch came off in the 25th minute, and he was the one who sent that laser pass for Kylian Mbappe to score? 10 minutes later, he was the one who scored the goal in the 21st minute to give Real Madrid the lead. And just because he was defending, he went for that penalty, something that none of your defenders did throughout the match. They end up on the bench, you leave Bellingham doing nothing. Valverde, who has had I don't know how many shitty matches. You play Andre Camavinga. Today, you tested it, you took it and you tore it up. Apart from the fact that this match was supposed to be a confirmation because since Paris Saint-Germain, this is our first big match. You didn't take responsibility and you didn't bring out the players you needed to, just because of their status. The fact that we conceded goals, that we lost the match, it had to happen, but not in this way and especially not with such a bad reaction. You don't do that. You don't do that in a match like this. What you just did today, firstly, you revived Atletico Madrid who were literally in chaos. And secondly, on top of that, you literally just highlighted all our weak points and that's what I need the most. Hatred for all our opponents without exception who are now going to take advantage of it. In the end, Thiago Alonso, I thought you would have taken much more responsibility. Real Madrid player ratings after the unacceptable defeat against Atletico Madrid 5 goals to go. It's now time for trouble. THBO Courtois, who was let down by his defense during the match. He eats a beautiful free kick from Alvarez. We'll give him a score of 4/10. It wasn't a good match for him. Danny Carvajal, I don't even think I saw him in the match, either offensively or defensively. He's often on the streets. We'll give him a score of 3/10. Eder Militao, the only defender who was halfway good, who unfortunately went off injured at halftime. We'll give him a score of 5/10. Good job. You're far too nice. You're good at playing against the little guys, but for the big guys, you still need a lot of experience. It was a very bad match for him. I'll give him a score of 2/10. Alvaro Carreras, same observation. He's good against the little guys, but today, they got in his head. Same thing. We'll give him a score of 2/10. Cheney was needed for the first goal.
Not again
He
for
wasn't
some
the link
reason,
he
I
should
like.
be between the defense and the midfield. Not reassuring as a defensive midfielder. We'll give him a score of 3/10. Fico Valverde was absent from the game. Some good returns but inoffensive. We'll give him a score of 3/10 too. Jude Bellingham, who was struggling, You can see that he lacked rhythm. Not a good performance from him. We'll give him a score of 4/10. Hardegger, the only player I want to congratulate in this Real Madrid 11. We'll give him a score of 7/10. 1 goal, 1 assist, and finally we have a player who wears his crowns on the left, Vinicius, who had a good first half. On the other hand, in the second half, Fantomati went off the rails. It's a shame from Vinicius. We expected better 4.5/10. Mbappe scored on his only real move. The rest of the match, we couldn't find him. We'll give him a score of 5/10. I'm disappointed with my Real Madrid. Give me your
No,
scores.
to pussy,
He dared to
Bro,
take off
hold that,
Arda Güler,
hold
who was
that.
putting in a
Bro,
top
I'm gonna put you all in that
performance.
goal, bro.
So today, we want an apology. What a bad reading of the match. He messed up everything.
Man,
in
kick
this
the ball,
match.
kick
He
the
was
ball
under
up on the
too
line.
much pressure. I don't know what he did. His reading of the match was unacceptable. I've rarely seen such fragmented substitutions.
You know, Ricky.
Were you afraid today, Xabi Alonso? You were afraid. You were afraid to take off Vinicius Jr. You were afraid to take off Bellingham. So you took off your key player, the one with the least power. The least power at Real Madrid. You took off Arda Güler, the only one who creates play for you. And then on the other substitutions, it's shameful. You bring Aseno on. You put him at right back. He brings nothing. He doesn't have the ball. He can't play in that position. Even in central defense, it's okay. You leave Valverde for the whole match, who brings us nothing. In fact, I would like someone to tell me if they managed to understand Xabi Alonso's reading of the match, who explains to me every time he changes why he made him. Strictly speaking, I can understand Aseno's coming on. Militao must have been injured at halftime. He wanted to make the change. Why are you putting him on the right flank? Why aren't you trying Valverde Piston, who brings you nothing in the middle? Today, Xabi Alonso is a complete zero. I can't wait to hear what he has to say at the press conference. I hope for an apology. Tell yourselves, guys, that this sick guy is one of the best players in the A-League and he plays for Atletico. And he plays for Atletico. How that hurts me because we can say what we want. Yeah, Barca, we drool over him, we dream. Yeah, Alvarez, he has to come to Barca. Alvarez, he's our future 9, Lewandowski's replacement. But we don't have the stall. We don't have the stall. What we're doing is window shopping. We can't create anything. We can't do anything. It's not for us. He's their jewel. Look at how Simon talks about him, saying that he's his best player, that he wouldn't trade him for anything in the world, that he thinks he's better than all the other players in the A-League, that he even thinks he's better than Mbappe and Yamal. Simeon said he wouldn't change them for anything in the world. So we can't even afford to pay for him. Atletico will never let him go.
And,
you have to dream. The last time we tried something, it was with Griezmann, and look how badly it went. How badly it ended. Another great game from him. He knows how to do everything. He's good at the game. Knowing that the last game, it was a hat-trick that won against
Yo, where them get a youth from?
Won against Madrid from a penalty, and then from
You're
a
forcing
magnificent
it live,
Ugly
it's
Ricky.
especially since he's not the first
Ugly
to score this
Ricky.
season. Alvarez is a gem, and it hurts
Yo,
me
I'm
so much
forcing
because
it
he'll
live,
never
he was
come to
scored.
Barca. Guys, we're window
No, no,
shopping.
yeah.
We have to skip it. We'll never get him. Anyway, what do you guys think? Get back on Snap. We're bored. How
Should
is
the
it
keeper
possible
could
to
have seen
give
man.
up so
Defender
much?
there, shut
Julian
away.
Alvarez single-handedly challenged all our certainties. As I speak, we are 4-2 behind an Atletico Madrid team that was 9 points behind us before this match. Atletico Madrid are not even the best, but they still managed to cause us
Just
trouble.
give a ball,
Since the start of
dog.
the season, we have been there in the league. We have always come out on top thanks to our individual players Arda Güler and Kylian Mbappe, who hide their misery in every match, and like beginners, we were content with that. Now that we have a team,
Oh, see, that's
of
my moment,
Oh,
man.
man,
minutes,
get
Just
the
from-
time in
we are
them,
losing our
dog.
marbles.
You
The
can't get
defender
the
we
time in,
trusted,
dog.
Denichin, Melita carriers, even though I won't even mention them, they all got drowned today. We lost almost all our aerial duels. You only have to look at Sorlot's goal for the equalizer, which leaves him all alone. The guy has a
name
marker,
Badger
but he
weird.
finally lets Jin Husin, who was in
No
front of
badges.
Sorlot. The bro couldn't do anything, and even he's not great today.
Who
He who
was
is
Badger?
usually impeccable. Usually, even when we're bad, we
This
always
is
count on
so
what
killer,
Mbappe has to do to make M, except that today it didn't work. We suddenly
You're on
find
me.
ourselves facing other problems, and in the meantime Xabi Alonso is completely helpless. Right now, I feel like I'm under Carl Saul again, and yet the previous match, we were pretty good and once again proof that we're really not ready. Especially for big matches. We saw it last time in the Champions League against Marseille and now today against one of the worst teams, Atletico Madrid. Look at the performance we put in. Honestly, it's complicated. You're 2 meters tall. Now, sit down nice and tight. The Ginta isn't enough anymore. There's a lot of them there. You're 2 meters tall. Ball clearances are really cool. How did you get Donkercute on them? How do you explain to me that you ducked for such an important cross? When we know that Atletico Madrid are going to take advantage of set pieces. They're going to play a lot on that. Crosses, free kicks with your colleague because you've decided to do that all together today. It's about breaking out together and going strong together. That's it. It's about showing the whole world your weaknesses all at once. The grinta doesn't work anymore. The grinta doesn't work anymore, bro. I haven't said a single word to you since the start of the season. Your season so far has been catastrophic. I understand that maybe you can't find your way around Xabi Alonso's system. Before, you're helped by the shots. You don't take any initiative anymore. Before, you could improve the team's play through your passes. You can't see anything. Luckily, Harda is there to do that. Militao went off because it looks like he's injured. That's a classic. There you go. We're obviously going to lose a score all of a sudden, and they're all injured. But him and his changes and his lack of responsibility when things go wrong, They all, really tore me apart today. I'm simply disgusted and depressed by this first real test after the Paris Saint-Germain. How is it possible to get eaten up so much? Julian Alvarez single-handedly called into question all the certainties we had. As I speak, we are 4-2 down against an Atletico de Madrid team that was 9 points behind us before this match. Atletico de Madrid are not even the best, but they have still managed to cause us problems since the start of the season. We were there, old man, in League 1. We always got by thanks to our individual talents, Hard Aguilar and Kylian Mbappe, who hide their misery in every match, and like beginners, we were there to settle for that. Now that we have a team against us that puts us under a minimum of pressure, that's it, we're losing it. The defenders we trusted, Din Melita, Carrieras, even, I won't even mention them, they've all been drowned. Today, we lost almost all our aerial duels. You just have to look at Sorlot's goal for the equalizer. Career, which leaves him all alone. The guy, he has a marking, but he leaves him in the end. Jin Husin, who was in front of Sorlot, the brother couldn't do anything, and even he, today, isn't great. He who is usually irreproachable. Usually, even when we are bad, we always count on what Mbappe has to do to make M, except that today it didn't work. We suddenly find ourselves facing other problems, and in the meantime Xabi Alonso is completely helpless. Here I feel like I'm still under Carlet, and yet the previous match we were pretty good, and once again proof that we are really not ready, especially for the big matches. We saw it last time in the Champions League against Marseille, and now today against one of the worst teams, Atletico Madrid. Look at the performance we put in. Honestly, it's complicated. Guys, tell yourself, one day I'm going to explain to my kids that on that play, there wasn't a red card, that the referee thought to himself, hey, that doesn't even deserve a yellow card. But hey, he gave the yellow card because he was put under pressure. But right then, at that moment, tell me, even if you're from Barcelona, tell me that there's no red card here. It's a red card. He was going to jeopardize Dan Carvalho's career. Look how he yelled. He yelled, we know very well that this isn't a player who's pretending. This is a player who usually attacks. But guys, how is it possible that La Liga referees continue to do what they do? This was an assault. It was nonsense. And the ball is there. The ball is over there. There was no context whatsoever that you're cutting his ankle. But guys, I'm frustrated. I feel like I'm killing myself. And some people are going to say that Real Madrid, we have an advantage. It's been a while, guys, we're getting screwed. We're getting screwed in 4K and no one's talking. Look at the supporters, how they're standing there. They're there like there's no danger. They're not worried about the player, about the player's health. It's inhumane to be in a stadium like that. Even if I had to pay, I wouldn't want to be in a stadium like that. A shitty stadium. That's what I'm telling you. A stadium that stinks of. Yes, that stinks of. Yes. Alvarez. Oh my gosh, guys, bring me the contract. Bring me the contract. I'm going to Madrid to get him to sign it. It was him and no one else. It was his day. It was his afternoon. How do you explain to me who scored that free kick? Look at the position of the wall, the position of Courtois. He went to put it here. Even Courtois, he touched it. Even when he touched it, it still went in, guys. Unstoppable. That's how Simeon reacted to Alvarez's free kick. There was suspense. There were still 6 goals. He won the match for his team. Despite the fact that Real Madrid, I will emphasize, had been in great shape today, especially in the first half where he caused quite a bit of danger, especially on the deep pass to Arda Güler where he clearly humiliated the Atletico on the left side. Mbappe is still a scorer in all competitions. I think he has 12 goals in 10 matches with a ball that was fed to him. He did a special job on the crossfield. It ended up in the net with Anagüler. He's the best player tonight. He provided an assist. He scored a goal. In short, he's there tonight. Guys, they were better. Let's be honest, they were better. Just on the
about some I think
you could tell that with every cross.
I think
them it was crazy. On top of that, you had the free kick that put Real Madrid in a good mood. No, honestly, it's cruel for real. There was a good Araguler, a good Mbappe, a good Vinicius, but that's not enough. Alvarez, send the contract. Send the contract, bro. We're going to do something. The Cholismo is not dead at all and defeated the great Real Madrid of Xabi Alonso thanks to a very good Julian Alvarez. Guys, what a double performance against Real Madrid. A goal from the penalty spot, an exceptional free kick. Look at Diego Simeon's reaction when Ryan Alvarez scored the incredible free kick. And the victory Florentino Perez. I don't know who's beeping, but at the moment of Antoine Griezmann's 5th goal, Florentino was disgusted. He took out the phone and I don't know who's going to make a call, but it doesn't smell good. But we have to congratulate Atletico Madrid in this magnificent stadium, these magnificent supporters for this magnificent victory. This victory allows Atletico to return to the top 4 of the league while waiting for the other results of the weekend. Congratulations to Cholo Simeon for the victory and Jolan Alvarez. You are far too good, and to think that you were at City. You wanted to leave. Honestly, you have time to play at Atletico. You do your statistics. You are incredible, man. You are too good. This image will sum up our game, which is going down, which is too calm when you have a giant 2 meters tall. Such an edge who is going to put his head in. It's not possible. How do you do 90? You got caught out in that second goal. You got caught out with your head. Carrera's ability to jump was demonstrated in all the circus schools. He had a catastrophic match. Even Simon, he wasn't alone in his disaster. He did too. I finished my videos earlier to tell you about it, but it was far too bad a match they had. Unfortunately, it was more than the equipment where everyone was affected. Apart from Ardeguer, who had an excellent match, unfortunately he came off after the hour mark, so he was practically our best player. I don't understand Xavi's management at all. Taking this guy off after the hour mark and leaving Valverde for the entire match. I absolutely don't understand Xavi's choice. He scored a great goal after a very good dribble from Vinicius, but he provided the assist for Ken Mbappe. The only two players who played a very good game, with Militao in particular, who came off at halftime but was injured, I think. A great pass for Arda on Kian, a KY who played a very decent game, as I said, with Guer. They are perhaps the two best, especially offensively where he scored this goal. Guer, then he sent it deep. A magnificent
Should have controlled their chest like he could have shielded him
a
out.
lot of chances, even against the post and so on. 24th minute for the 11th. A goal that puts you back in the game, and Gore scores this goal for 2-1. There you go. Unfortunately, when you have a weak defense, Chen, who I said during my live, I don't feel it. If you can't be calm, sometimes you have to be a little more aggressive and not be afraid of the ball. I said it in the pre-match yesterday, if there's only one man who scares me, it's him. The CH doesn't scare me, but this man scares me. Ran Alvarez penalty because we were small in the head, and unfortunately Guer puts his foot in. Foot in the penalty spot is undeniable. Goal by Alvarez and the free kick is magnificent. You have nothing to do. You have nothing to say. You shut your mouth. You go to sleep when you have a player in front of you who is so strong, who monopolizes so many defenders, who even 1 against 2, he passes. Even if he is not the greatest dribbler, he has this technical touch. He has this difference that some players do not have. He has that. That's why he is a very, very great player who today scored a break. Atletico Madrid. So yeah, a defeat full of lessons because it is our first big shot. It was a test match, especially for Bellingham, even if, well, he is coming off injuries. A catastrophic match in this very 3 players on the left flank who played badly. It's Real Madrid who, as we know, aren't ready yet, and we saw that today. It was a test match, not even a tier 1 team, a tier 2 team, or even a tier 3 team. But you can't beat a team like that, and beyond not being able to beat them, you get caught out in the intensity in midfield, in the recovery. We understand.
A quick reaction to Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid.
Today, let's get to Real Madrid. First of all, Xabi Alonso, as the guys were saying, he already knows coming into this role the pressure that he's under, but this is the first time he's truly going to feel the heat with this result.
And just as I mentioned Alvaro Carreras, and I mentioned Inhausen, and I can mention Jude Bellingham, and I can mention a few players, if not all the players or most of the players from Real Madrid. Another person who's getting a little reminder that this is not automatic has to be Xabi Alonso, who made a big decision today in including Jude Bellingham in the starting lineup. Now, on the face, criticizing Jude Bellingham being on the starting lineup, you would say, well that would be crazy. But is it crazy? A player who'd only played 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and hadn't really shown that he was ready for the big time 90 minutes against Atletico Madrid in this sort of environment. And guess what? Who made that decision? It's Xabi Alonso that said, yeah, this guy is going in. In doing that, you're now trying to figure out on the run against Atletico Madrid in this high pressure, in this derby, all the emotional intangibles that go into this match, what the structure of your team is going to be, because you actually haven't played with Jude Bellingham and Arda Güler and Tchouaméni and Valverde. And what's the role of Güler? Güler has been playing deeper. Now he's on the right-hand side. How all of this comes together? How does this all work? Well, that has to be done in the training facility, not out in the open against Atletico Madrid in a game of this magnitude. And so what we saw, and it wasn't surprising, once you saw the starting lineup, the team was all over the place.
So I totally get what Ella is trying to make a point, that when you play one of probably the biggest game of the season, this is a real first test for Xabi, and he failed miserably. Like, he was out-tactiqued, he was out-coached, he lost every battle against Simeone, who we think is probably one of the most overrated managers in the world football history, and we are out-coached by that guy. This is insane, and this is not acceptable. I don't care what you say about Xabi, that this is his first match, maybe we should be patient, but this is not acceptable. There are a lot of decisions he has taken today. It's ridiculous Like being a manager of Real Madrid, it could be his dream, but it's not like a playground for you to do some testing. You have to come here with preparation. You cannot randomly get here and do random things. You have to do with plan. And today, whatever he has done, everything went against him. Being said that, I'm much more calmer right now compared to when it finished. After the game was finished, I was boiling. I was so mad. I was so angry. I'm like, this is why the reason we have removed Carlo and got Javi for is wasn't Carlo. We never lost with 5 goals with Carlo against Atletico Madrid. Anyway, going back to LA's point, I think LA has made a good point that Jude is one of the best player, right? However, he just came back from injury. He played 25 minutes last match and he was really sharp, and I told you in the last video. However, when you go play against Atletico, it's kind of risky to play a player who did not play with other players for a very long time. So far, in our starting lineup, we had some consistent players. Those players probably should have started today again to be safer. However, at the same time, when you are Real Madrid, no matter who plays, you have to adapt. Today, my biggest complaint against Javi is that it's not what he started. I don't have much complaint playing Jude as a starting lineup. I don't have no issue at all. I think that's okay. Yeah, it's not probably the best decision, as LA pointed out. However, it's not the worst decision. Here's why. Yes, you have a game plan. You came here. Now you are seeing it's not working. And it's not working since the start of the match. You see, our defense were all over the places. They have no clue how to respond to the pressing by Atletico Madrid. They did not know how to play from the back. And we were struggling. And you cannot blame our attackers for that.
Madridistas, I'm tired. I'm not in the mood. As Real Madrid gets absolutely smashed today by Atletico Madrid, as we travel to the Metropolitano, as we are coming into this game, getting 6 wins in the last 6 games in La Liga, we have not been allowing goals to happen. But what happens today? The goals were flowing for Atletico Madrid, who doesn't get 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 goals today against Real Madrid, who looks like we were playing with 8 defenders out there. Actually, 8 people, not defenders. We looked awful today. Every single player in the back line was terrible today. And shout out to Diego Simeone. I cannot stand the guy, cannot stand his son, cannot stand Atletico Madrid, cannot stand the Metropolitano. But what they did today, they came into this game thinking it was a final, for them to get a chance back into La Liga, for them to have a chance in the title race. With the loss today, their title chances were pretty much completely gone. But don't worry for them. They are way back in it now as they defeat Real Madrid 5-2 today in the Metropolitano. Real Madrid gets absolutely smashed today. Horrible game for Real Madrid. Horrible day for Madridistas everywhere too. But guys, let's talk about the game. There's a lot to talk about in this one too. Are we not good? Are we not good? Let's talk about it, guys. Appreciate everybody subscribing, liking the video, and all that fun stuff. Not the day for it. Don't do it for Real Madrid. Do it for me. If you guys like the videos and I appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. But let's talk. Let's talk, man. I'm not gonna be yelling. It's not me. But let's discuss, because I am not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. We're lagging on here too. Jude Bellingham gets to start today, and that was a questionable decision. Call it like it is. Jude Bellingham coming into this game, as somebody who loves Jude Bellingham, as somebody who calls Jude Bellingham the best midfielder in the world, I will tell you right now today, he was not good. And will I make an excuse for him right now? Maybe a little bit. The guy only played 20 minutes coming into this game. He was not match fit. I don't care if it was a shoulder for him and not a leg injury, anything like that. I don't think that Jude was sharp enough. I would have liked to see him get 60 minutes, get a half another game too. Have a full 90 minutes under him. I knew that today, if he would get the start, he would not be playing the 90 minutes. He only played 70 today. But Jude Bellingham gets the start today. You could be saying, well, that was a poor decision. I mean, I would agree with you, but at the same time, who else could have been in the starting 11 too? Ceballos? We might be saying Franco Masantuono. Franco comes into this game. He didn't do much either. I will tell you right now, I did not think Jude Bellingham was ready to go. I did not think he was fit enough. And so if you want to judge him on that, go for it too. I think the guy will be better in the future, but today, was he good? No. I will be one of the first ones to tell you that too. But take a look with me when it comes to the starting 11 for Real Madrid today. In Kylian Mbappe, Arda Güler, Jude Bellingham, Vinny Jr., Tchouaméni, Fede Valverde, Carvajal, Militao, Dean House, and Carreras, Courtois. There's a lot of red. There's a lot of red when it comes to these rankings for these players out there. It was not a good day for Real Madrid. It starts off very, very sloppily as it is Lenormand climbing the ladder and getting a header in this game. And then I start feeling a little more confident. Kylian Mbappe gets on the back end of an Arda Güler pass, puts in the back of the net 1-1, and then it is Arda Güler getting a pass from Vinny Jr. to make it 2-1. At this moment in this game, I'm ready to cook. I'm saying 3-1, 4-1. We're going to be smashing this team. Unfortunately, reality hits in, gets smacks you right on the dome, and we get absolutely thrashed the rest of this game. The rest of this game, after that Arda Güler goal, it's over. It's basically over too. The Atleti gets a goal, gets disallowed because it was a handball. Correct call on there. Sorloth climbs the ladder, gets another goal, and then it is Alvarez earning a penalty out there too. Arda Güler touches the ball first on this cross. I have no idea why he's putting a high boot up there too. The Atletico Madrid player runs into the boot. I don't know if that's a penalty. I don't know if it's not. Maybe I just don't know the rule on that too. It looks a little reckless. So if you want to be calling it that, sure. I don't know. I'm not gonna complain about it. It's a dumb decision by Arda Güler, but it's a dumb decision by Real Madrid, who continuously allows crosses into the box. Whether it was Lenormand, whether it was Sorloth, whether it was Alvarez earning the penalty in this one too. Because the crosses are coming into the box, and even though you have a Militao, even though you have a Dean Housen, you have a Jude Bellingham back out there, or Tchouaméni. I'm naming tall players who should be able to clear the ball. We cannot clear the ball to save our lives.
Jiggy bigs, man.
Alvaro gets the penalty. And then
Striker 2026,
and
was a vote for
gave him a little bit too much space. It doesn't matter. The guy is on fire right now. Julian Alvarez hits in a beautiful, beautiful free kick to make it 5 goals in the last 2 games for him. He's on fire. And then I knew I shouldn't have been talking shit because Griezmann, even though he hasn't scored in the past, 22 games?
The fuck are they closing on fire
for Atletico Madrid to make it 5-2 and to really seal the game.
Don't worry about that,
and
man.
This was a game.
You make up your height in a goal.
I gave you the recap, but the numbers are out of this world, horrible for Real Madrid. When you take a look at the first half, take a look with me too. Real Madrid, we're doing okay. We are allowing a lot of shots. It's 2-2 at halftime, 3 shots on target. We did create 2 big chances, everything like that, but only 3 shots. I would like to see that be a lot more, especially when 2 of them are for Arda Güler and 1 of them is from Kylian Mbappe. I would like to see more. But man, when it comes to the second half,
so fast, man. Them man know how it is. They now left. Now than they absolutely proof.
With 0 on target by Real Madrid. Look where these shots are coming from. Franco Mastantuono trying to snipe it. Rodrigo blocked. Jude Bellingham blocked.
What the fuck?
Could not do anything in this game. Kylian Mbappe, if you were thinking about it, there were 6 shots in total in this game. Kylian Mbappe had 1. It was a goal, but that is not good enough today by Real Madrid. It's not good enough for us to be winning any games, for us to be competing at the highest level. Vinny Jr. didn't get a shot in this game. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And you have to give Atletico Madrid all the credit in the world when it comes to this 4-4-2 haram ball defense that they were playing. But at the same time, I can call it haram ball. They were absolutely exposing us in the counterattack, in the crosses into the box too. Let's just call it for what it is. This back 4 today, guys, was horrendous. Horrendous today. Alvaro Carreras, a guy who I've rated so highly the first couple of games for Real Madrid, was terrible today. He was getting absolutely cooked by a guy I cannot stand, but you gotta call it for what it is. Giuliano Simeone was absolutely balling. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Whatever. Simeone's son. Whatever. He is not just a kid who is getting the beneficial treatment because he's his son. He's a good player. He is a pussy, and I can't stand him because he's constantly flopping on the ground. But he was cooking Carreras today. Carreras looked awful. Carreras is probably the worst I've seen Carreras look in a very, very long time. He looked like horrible Benfica Carreras out there. The player that I was seeing, that I was questioning when he was coming to Real Madrid, I'm like, this guy who doesn't look comfortable with the ball at his feet, this guy who's getting cooked out there, who doesn't have that much pace. I don't know if the lights were too big for Alvaro Carreras today. I don't know if it was a game that was too big for him. I don't know what happened today for Alvaro Carreras. Horrible game for him. And then it goes to somebody that I have rated very highly too, Dean Housen. Dean Housen today was horrible too. Dean Housen might have completed the most passes, sure, 61. That's a lot of bad passes for only 82%. And with Housen and Carreras, They're constantly getting exposed in the counter attack too. They do not have the pace to be able to get back. Also, when I mentioned that, how is out there too? When we're going to be playing a Isak for Liverpool, when we're going to be playing a Holland, how do I feel comfortable with some of these big-time elite strikers going against them? I don't feel good. I think Dean Howson does a lot of things good offensively, but lately defensively, man, I am worrying about
Ricky, anyone number 2?
So Militao was bad today, picks up a knock. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Carvajal, bad. Are we surprised? The guys on the other side of 30, like 33, 34, coming off a serious injury. I'm not that surprised. This was just from front to back was poor. Fede Valverde leading an error. Tchouameni, our midfield honestly was not existent. Fede, Jude, and Tchouameni were horrible today. The only player that I actually can say great things about was very, very good today in the first half. He picks up the assist to Kylian Mbappe. He picks up the goal from a pass from Vinny Jr. But then he picks up the dumb yellow card. It could have been a red card, guys, to be honest with you. It could have been a red card. And that is the reason why I do think he was subbed out, because I think he was borderline getting that red card there. I think he was borderline being sent off with just another tiki-taka foul. Just a little messy foul out there. He could have got a red. And this game could have been a hell of a lot worse. Kylian Mbappe wasn't good either. Kylian Mbappe gets a fantastic goal. But other than that, the guy cannot dribble by everybody. He cannot get into the box. He cannot shoot the ball from outside. And it was just not a good game from start to finish for Real Madrid today, as we get absolutely thrashed at the Metropolitano. I think it's a reality check. I'm honestly at a loss for words with how horrible this game was for Real Madrid. And I didn't even mention Thibaut Courtois. What was happening with Courtois today? He had 5 goals conceded, only 2 saves. I feel like some of these are maybe not his fault, right? Maybe not every single goal is his fault out there, because there was a couple of times that were crosses are coming in the box. What is he supposed to be doing? I just thought Courtois was horrible today, and I just need him to be better. He did have one very good save in this game, but man, he's just not been good. Not been good today, and it's not been a good game for Real Madrid. The subs, I don't think were that much better too. Raul Asensio, Camavinga, Franco Masantuono comes on, Rodrigo Gonzalo Garcia. Xabi Alonso, welcome to Real Madrid. Welcome to reality for Real Madrid. It is not always sunshine and roses, unfortunately. As much as I wish that we could be winning every single game, that's not the reality. This is a reality check for Xabi Alonso, for the players out there too. And really, it is the beginning of a very, very tough test of next couple of games for Real Madrid. Valencia, I believe, is coming to Real Madrid, or Villarreal is coming to Real Madrid. We're going to be facing off against Barcelona and El Clasico coming up very soon too. You don't think that they could be exposing this team? I think they could be. I'm not happy about today. Obviously, nobody should be happy today. I don't really think there's many positives that you can even take away from this game too. The only thing is this should be a reality check for Real Madrid. This should be a wake-up call for every single Madridista out there too. And maybe we're just not as good as we think we should be. I think right now we have a better shot of winning La Liga than Champions League, because when you're going against elite teams, better teams than this, I don't even think Atletico Madrid is an elite team. I don't even think they're probably top 10 team in the world. Probably not, right? And the fact that you get absolutely
when they give me the fucking ball and
blowing out teams too. Bear that in mind. This has not been blowing out teams. They only put 3 past our other crosstown rivals in Rayo Vallecano. This is not a team that's been smashing teams until it came to today, until it came to Real Madrid in the back 4 and the bad defense that we saw today, in the bad midfield, the bad goalkeeping, the bad everything today. It was a horrible game for Real Madrid. I, of course, will think we will be bouncing back. I, of course, think we're going to be making some adjustments. We're going to have to. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long and unsuccessful season for Real Madrid. I still think we have a very good shot at winning La Liga, because I do think that we can be beating some of these lower level teams. It's not fun to say that, though. It's not fun to say that. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to say about the rest of this game. But, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Man of the match. If I had to give it to a Real Madrid player, it'd be Arda Güler. I'm going to give it to Atletico Madrid player, though. Julian Alvarez, guy has 5 goals last 2 games. Beautiful free kick. The guy's probably top player in the world right now. Absolutely stud. So credit to him.
For Spyler 26, bro.
Horrible day for Real Madrid again as they get smashed in the Metropolitano 5-2. Guys, appreciate everybody watching today. And let me subscribe if you're on here, like the stream.
No, go par with Scatter, man. Dog, get the first suck your mother if you 2025. You get the first spell for 26.
Welcome into the latest edition of ESPN FC. We're live here on ESPN Plus. I'm Dan Thomas, joined by Craig Burley and Shaka Hislop. Loads going on today. Liverpool losing their first game of the season. Spurs dropping points at home. And I suppose another defeat for Manchester United will have to be mentioned as well. We'll kick things off in La Liga. Over their city rivals. Of course, the ESPN FC were there in the Spanish capital. Let's get some reaction from our team now.
No hemos entrado bien, no hemos jugado bien ni colectivamente, ni la calidad del juego sin balón, con balón, no hemos estado al nivel que podemos estar y sabíamos, estamos en una fase de construcción, hoy es la primera derrota, pero esto sigue, tenemos que sacar conclusiones de lo que ha pasado, porque seguro que nos van a poder servir para el futuro, pero no hay excusas, estamos dolidos, como está la afición, en un derbi una derrota merecida, que no hemos estado ni con el juego, nos ha faltado una marcha y no duele la derrota.
Well, let's not get away from this basic fact. And I know, obviously, you've seen it. It's on the screen. It's on the scoreboard. It's 5 goals against a team like Real Madrid, who this season, it wasn't just that they weren't conceding goals. They weren't really conceding chances. I'm going to admit this. Ali was talking about being proven wrong. This midweek, I was asked about Real Madrid, and I said I was a bit worried that they were going to be boringly good, that they were going to be good this season in a way that just denied opponents the chance to create any chances, that they weren't going to allow anyone to even really compete with them today. And today we saw the complete opposite. We saw an Atletico Madrid team that went right through them and did it repeatedly, and I thought they were brilliant.
Yeah, they were fantastic, and Ale was so wrong.
Nobody saw this result coming. 5-2 to Atletico Madrid. They were sensational. Real Madrid were awful, and you'd have to say a bit alarming, weren't they, today?
Yes, this was their first major test, wasn't it? We said that the opposition they faced already in La Liga are not strong enough to trouble them. They conceded a lot of chances against Marseille at home in the Champions League, and today, I mean, they were just dominated in the central defences. It's back to their old problems of last year. They haven't changed much. Beaten the weaker opposition, and they melted today, and it's a huge wake-up call for Xabi Alonso. Maybe they needed a kick up the backside to sort themselves out, because this type of performance against stronger sides, and they'll come across stronger sides in the Champions League certainly, you know, they will have to improve a lot, because defensively they've brought 3 in the summer, and they've got a lot of the players back who were injured last year, but it hasn't mattered to Jot. They look really, really vulnerable, and they're not going to trouble any of the big teams in Europe if they perform like that, because they were too weak, too disjointed, too open, and you cannot do that for every single game.
Are you saying this is just a blip for Real Madrid, or this is about as good as they are when they're put in with a team that can play a bit, as Atletico did today?
Yeah, they look as if they're not playing as a team. It's very much an individual basis. It's very much, hopefully Kylian will score a worldie, or Vinny Jr. will do something outstanding, which they will do, and they'll get away with it. They didn't perform as a team. Let's be honest, they scored 5 and they missed a good few. The chance Thibaut Courtois makes a great save from Saul after 2 minutes. He could have got a hat-trick. This could have been more. This could have been really chastening experience for the team in white today.
We've been going under in a lot of games this season, but like I said before the game, you have to keep a clear head. You have to know that the chance is going to come, and I think I saw all around us in the eyes of my teammates that we believed today, and that was good to see.
We saw an Atletico de Madrid that we haven't seen for quite a long time. Atletico de Madrid with personality, to move Real Madrid from one side to the other side. creating opportunity to last games against Real Madrid, the way that they created opportunities was with those crosses and crosses and crosses. Nico is fantastic in the air, Solo has proven, we've seen it so many times. So you create a lot of problems for Real Madrid and you dominate it. You have more possession in the most critical situation. So Atletico Madrid did a lot of things different and all of them they were done it in a style.
Vengo bastante bien con la falta y también en esa estábamos con Nico y le dije si querés pegarle por afuera de la barrera, te gusta pegarle, en un momento me dijo sí, después al final me dijo no, pegale vos, así que nada, terminamos tomando una buena decisión.
Esos tiros libres que la pelota se cae y cuando ya sale va para adentro. Me hace acordar un poco a Pantic cuando pateaba esos tiros libres fantásticos en la puerta del área. Y la verdad que es un futbolista que yo lo que le valoro más allá de todo lo que se le ve, es la humildad que tiene. La humildad para correr, la humildad para trabajar, la humildad como campeón del mundo, estar en el Atlético de Madrid, correr todos los partidos, juegue contra quien juegue. Y eso lo tenemos que cuidar, sigo insistiendo. Es un futbolista que el club, nosotros como cuerpo técnico, los compañeros, la gente, lo tenemos que cuidar porque se tiene que quedar muchos años acá y tiene que ser muy importante para la historia del club.
So Real Madrid's first drop points of the season. Barcelona in action tomorrow with a chance to go first. Meanwhile, for Atletico Madrid, that victory lifts them up to fourth in the table after what was a stuttering start to the season. This was absolute men against boys. Atleti were fantastic. Real Madrid was shocking.
Well, we could talk about the defence and all those little pieces there from the guys on site. They did. And for those that saw this game, the first 45 minutes in particular, any cross into the box, and there was a lot of them, Real Madrid were at 6s and 7s. I mean, Huijsen he could not handle Solov. Even Militao, with his experience before he went off, he could not handle the ball into the box. So that was a huge worry for them. I think a lot of this is on Alonso as well.
We're going with everybody today. It's come like a dark storm over every blood clot by here today. Fuck your ass. See every blood clot big side get this up. Sit alone and get away fuck guy. He there bringing it.
He's looked cocky and comfortable and he's looked to create things. And you have
I want things still think he use it because a blood clot scapegoat still.
And he leaves him out. He leaves him out. It's away from home.
No, I never see them. He not getting a game. The minute he get a game, he score.
But he brings in a guy in Jude Bellingham that's had, I think Ian Dark said, he's
had 21 minutes. I just game time I am problem.
And what?
You know not game
time. Right now I'm fair start over Gakpo, brother.
2.5 months?
I couldn't give me nothing from...
Going into a derby, away from home?
I couldn't give me nothing from season, dog.
Yeah, he's not ready for that. He's not
I'm
ready to enter into a game of that intensity. And I'm not blaming Jude Bellingham, but you're
I'm telling you what just popped me up to the
level. So when you're man down in midfield,
Mr. Chalaba look on Sanchez and say, bro, I get the red
pressure on the other
midfield.
That puts pressure on the back four. And Atletico Madrid, you know, we sat here a couple of weeks ago thinking,
imagine that I did that.
What's going to happen to them? You know, this big gap. They've had a monumental because they were losing 2-1 to Vallecano on, and they dug that one.
No different than they have.
And they were brilliant today. I mean, I heard Macron in the commentary at 4-2 going, why is he going super defensive? Because they could score 5 and they could score 6, but that is their DNA. And the boys were right. They could have scored.
Six,
no, it dash. Does Chippy keep on that?
Yeah, Ethan boy. I chip teeth your fucking game.
But maybe also one or two of his players looking
no
at
matter which
Alonso
part
as
of
well.
that I can chip your fucking keeper. No,
So
put them
I'm
chips your
delivering
teeth
for you, but when the big game comes, you're going back to the so-called tried and trusted, even when they're
Claude,
not fit.
that was in the roof.
A bad day all round on the field and off the field for Real
Sure.
Madrid.
No make him man do this.
Last season, they were overrun in midfield, and we saw that yet again today. We saw that in the Marseille game, of course, where they were lucky to get that victory. It's a real concern that Xavi Alonso is looking to address, but you just look at the personnel that he has. Is it a case that he hasn't got the players
Big
to
man,
be able
play
to
up on
do
your
it?
wing,
Is he
that
not
guy,
employing them in
midfielder.
the right positions? Is this a one-off, or is this a concern?
Listen, without
Tough.
question, he has the players to do it.
Can you give me an assist, dog?
Bellingham, we spoke about all of last season, Gula, Mastantuono, who's come on and been simply outstanding. Freddie
Black post.
Valverde continues to be one of the best box-to-box midfielders in the game today. So it's
Keep
not
him,
a question of
keep
whether
him.
they have the players or not.
I'll shot my Maggie.
Luis Garcia spoke about personality and
You see, when I by myself, I say
personality.
I spend no
And I think
time with
that's where
you.
this game was both
worry
won
yourself.
and lost. Real Madrid, for me, looked. Their
Eat
players
where I
looked as
be,
though
eat where I be.
this is a Madrid derby, and this is not what we were
Boy,
expecting.
a pussy,
We
you know.
expected a far easier time of this.
Yo, can I man this time?
And in fairness, I thought between Hoyces
The
and
man before you get on
Carreras on the left-hand
PlayStation,
side,
Carreras had a shocker.
they were decidedly
can't even play with the
poor
Wi-Fi,
on
dog.
the day. But again, two young players, they're
The
first
other use
Madrid
data
derby,
connection.
so you want to cut some slack. On
Black
the other
post.
on the other side, the right-hand side between Militao
Fuck that,
and
I go.
Carvajal, you've got all the experience, all the know-how.
Man.
And then in midfield, I thought once Real Madrid took the
Yeah,
lead,
step
I expected them to be able to control the
Wrong,
game
somebody.
a whole lot more. And that's where
You
I
just said
thought
shit today. No, you can't cross no
Lampard
ball.
probably missed Mastantuono. Alongside Ardegula, just to get control of the ball, to control the game, to take some of the tempo out of it. But there was nobody there to do that. Real Madrid simply were not able to, and it allowed
Passing.
Atleti feeding
Yeah,
off the
yeah.
emotion of their fans,
so them
feeding
Max
off
Lowe.
the emotion of the derby to just go on and run riot here. And in all honesty, Real Madrid had simply no answer for
Get that.
Soloth and Julian
See it.
Alvarez. And you have to say that I thought as a performance, it's not what I was expecting, and quite clearly not a game they were expecting.
He's had a lot of praise, Xabi Alonso, thus far. I mean, they've not played brilliantly, but they were pitch perfect into this point in terms of...
Yo, I stick that it up, brother.
I think...
Kick you up. Let's go to Banana for Chris.
Particularly with the Bellingham...
Bro, I'm gonna get the ball, bro. Get the ball, I'm gonna kick you
Stick that you press.
Who press and do me ball?
Minutes. Not too many, not Valverde. Not
Brother, I don't even know what do me ball. I tell me about do me ball, brother. Maybe I might have.
Yeah, play FIFA so long enough for do me ball.
Played the pass, I believe it was.
No, I see him. I don't know if do me ball, dog.
Brilliant goal. Yes, he gave a
See there?
penalty away, but you know that
One more.
doesn't
Alright,
take
let's go
away
with
from
that.
I don't know if do me ball, bro.
offensive capabilities, and yet he takes him off for Mastantuono coming up. That was another one. I was watching the game thinking, why is he coming off? It's almost like he was the easy one to take off. Don't want to take any of those other
40%
big
conversion,
experience.
yeah.
And he's been
Yeah,
showing
no.
this far. It would seem, Xabi Alonso, that he hasn't been frightened to make big decisions, but it was almost like he would.
Is it
Better than
easier to make
Cesco.
big decisions against games you know you're going to win?
Me say, me go tell Ricky
it's
some
alright to rest
bumbo
it.
clap
Yeah,
bad what
yeah.
you see,
Again,
man.
make a
You
statement
see, me
against
this team are
Oviedo.
probably too
Make
there
a
for it.
statement in this game.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This is where you really found out as a coach, and at the
Right.
certainly in this
Yeah,
evidence
because bigger players never like to
get
come off.
so good,
They
yeah.
certainly don't like to come off in the big games.
Yes.
The game that everybody's watching. The game that you really need to win. The game where the pressure's on when you go out for dinner tonight in Madrid
Can't take
and
over that.
you
Yeah,
lose,
bug.
they're on your case. The punters are on you. These massive games. And yeah,
Tackle.
know, maybe that came
Yeah,
into
drinks.
his thought process. That being said though,
I'm
the
playing
back
drinks
line,
is a man, brother.
we can't get away from the fact that if he'd have got all those other areas correct,
Cute, I do that, though.
it may have been different.
Ricky
but
a batty man,
probably
that's why.
wouldn't, because
Can't follow no Ricky.
Soloth, his physicality, he could have had a couple more.
Bumbo clap.
Alvarez is
Look
just
there,
so-
I'm telling you, you can't follow no way, man.
I heard
A big wild one, that.
I mean,
Yeah, they not give me red, man.
tell me what his best
But I must see him out. Get the pussy clear.
You put him in the
Should I
right,
give
you
me
put him in
blood
the
clot?
left, you put him
Should I
in
get the
middle,
blood
you put him
clot ready? This
behind.
guy leave it up on the inside of the
He's
pitch.
got it all.
And
The
you
only
fuck
thing
him
he
love
doesn't
straight
have
come over here,
is
so.
that physicality of the height. But
Rome,
they have others
you
that
see me?
can do that. And
Just like
his
Barcelona
set
played
pieces
with
are
Rome.
brilliant.
ball there come to.
His running ability is brilliant. He's technically a very good player, and he's a superb finisher in the final third in terms of he's very efficient. He's very efficient when he's in those areas where it's not a one-on-one,
Ricky.
where it's not a guaranteed, it's not an easy chance, it's a difficult chance, and more often than not he hits the target, makes the goalkeeper make a save. Those kind of players are the quality
Oh,
players
God, me
because,
get that ball in.
they're not wasteful, and Julian Alvarez is
It's
certainly
that long
not a
time,
wasteful
man.
player.
I thought Atleti
You
had
get
the
it?
whole
No.
of
man.
And the fucker.
That turn.
To be honest,
How many saves
Should I
did All
turn?
Black
Should I
make in
turn?
the
I
second half?
can't remember any, to be honest.
My ball is
and,
now.
and the two
Look
goals
yourself.
were giveaways. The first was well crafted.
Yeah.
They get kind of sucked into midfield, and Ardagula plays a really nice ball
Chip
around
it,
the
chip
ball.
it.
Give
Chip
Ardagula
it
his
ball,
credit,
kill him,
give
you know.
Mbappe's credit for his finish.
Come give me a chip it ball, bro.
See, I am blinking the man dep on dog.
And leave that kind of room, leave those channels.
Chip it ball, you know, go stop
Mbappe,
chip it ball, trust me.
on
Just
the
chip it ball,
bar.
like.
Yo,
give me a minute, I'll be attack on the phone, bro.
Lindemann it was a mistake.
Well, like a client
And
here,
still,
chat to.
you score 5. It could have, it quite easy, I think Craig said, it quite easily could have been 3 or 4 more, in all honesty. And I thought that was Atleti, certainly their best this season, but the best that we have seen them for quite some time against a team who, up until now, were absolutely perfect. Pressed well, pressed effectively, and just outran, had more character, more personality. We come back to that word than Real Madrid.
Just quickly, there's
but
2
that's
players
first
that come
ball.
into 2 big clubs from Bournemouth.
No score.
Nothing
Stop
against
shot that brother. And catch shot like a baby shot.
Bro, I say I look like some rifle that.
Relatively easy up to now, but he's just had his
Long drive with that.
Dog, probably about level 10,
and
man.
he's
I try and get
he's
the
got
thing
some
for you.
international caps, but not
They've
at
reached
this
in it,
level of
dog.
intensity.
Yeah.
He's just got a taste.
Alright, just the
of
level
life
4 a while ago. See if I
outside
can get
playing
the
for a
level.
small
So
club
don't do
in
this
that
play and
huge
start
arena in
another
a
play.
cauldron.
Reach level
And
5
it was,
now.
if we're being honest about it,
Bro,
it
we're
was
fuck.
a real
We're
struggle
level up
for him
each blood
today,
club play
and
more
we've
easy.
seen the struggle Kerkez has had
So
thus
it go?
far
You have to
at
level up each
Liverpool.
player? Or?
There's a big
Each
difference
position
playing
you
in a
want
small
to play on the
provincial
field,
club
you have to
and
level up
stepping
that
up to the
player.
big time, and we're
Well,
seeing
I'm
that.
not
The more you
third,
play the
but
game,
put
dog.
some
Well, Barcelona would have thoroughly enjoyed what they witnessed at the Metropolitano as the Hansi Flick side have the opportunity then to go top of the table. They're at home against Real Sociedad. Our coverage of that game starts at 12 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+.
Alright, let's go. Put on some screen speed them. Play.
This is not mine. I found this on the floor, bro. I miss. I can show you build after though.
Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. We're here after the Real Madrid Atletico Madrid game to have our thoughts. What a game, by the way. Definitely the best game I've seen so far this season. There was Inter Milan Juventus 4-4 and Dortmund Juventus 4-4, but I did not get to watch those games. But this is a game I got to watch. 69,000 attendance in this game. What a game it was. Atletico Madrid beat Real Madrid 5-2. And now Barcelona have an opportunity to leapfrog Madrid and take the first spot if they beat Real Sociedad tomorrow. Atletico Madrid, important 3 points. They're still a little bit behind Barcelona and Real Madrid, but obviously it was not the best start for Atletico. This is what can get the ball rolling for Atletico Madrid. I remember last season, Atletico Madrid had a woeful start to the season, but then when they faced Paris Saint-Germain in October and beat us, they went on like a 15-game win streak. So maybe this is what will get the ball rolling. I mean, look at this filthy ass league, man. United spending all the money in the world and losing to Palace and Brentford, and then you got La Liga ball. And this is something I tweeted as well, and we'll be going through my tweets actually. This is something I want to do when I tweet a lot during a game. I will go through that because that will be very easy. So let's go through my thoughts. I've been tweeting again in the game. Even post-surgery, Jude still stinks. And the thing I'm happy about now, post-surgery, we would never hear the excuse, oh, but he has a shoulder injury. No, he just stinks, it's called. Then I want to talk about this. This is how I've said always Madrid should set up. Play Jude Bellingham as a striker. When you look at Bellingham, what was his best time at Madrid? It was in the beginning of the season in the La Liga in 23-24 when he played as a striker. He played as a fourth midfielder. A fourth midfielder is more of a striker, secondary striker. And then you play Güler as a 10, you play Franco on the right, you play Mbappe on the left. But unfortunately, Xabi Alonso just doesn't have enough balls or doesn't have enough power. I made this comparison before. When Luis Enrique came into Paris Saint-Germain, he got rid of everything he didn't want immediately. Messi out, Neymar out, Verratti out, Ramos out, so he could build his new project fully. It didn't go that well in the beginning, but then we started to see the football evolve. This game, Xabi Alonso he was like, I'm gonna be Carlo Ancelotti today, forcing this Vinny, Jude, Mbappe shit. And then we saw Rodrigo on the pitch as well. Why? We can't look at the goals. And I was scared that Atletico were gonna bottle it, taking a 1-0 lead, looking great, and then Madrid just grabbing it away from them. Then got the goal. Throw in taken quickly here, and this is something I want to discuss as well. From crosses, Madrid look absolutely woeful. We got to look at Dean Huyson. 11 games so far for Madrid, 2 red cards, and just looks uncomfortable at defending. Maybe Zabalny Bournemouth centre back. Has told me, and this is another thing. This is football. The Prem can spend all the money in the world.
Oh, do they
games are
get the
always
requirement? Then
Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Barcelona are always giving us prime footy when they face off. And this is of this season and last season. I remember Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, those games. Those were insane. Real Madrid, Atletico as well, even in the UCL, and obviously El Clasico.
Man,
is
a big focus camera.
And then you go and
They
watch
have to upgrade
Arsenal,
PS,
and then you watch
passing,
and then you watch Liverpool City. And it's
ball
teams
control.
going into the game not wanting to lose instead of wanting to win. I mean,
none
football is back. And Simeone here, this was a beautiful reaction. Tries to head in the ball.
Play,
and then falls
first
on the
touch.
ground. Zesty ass dive here from Mbappe. I remember that one. What we got more? This midfield 3. I mean,
finish I have or
this is Carlo Ancelotti ball. You like Xabi Alonso started playing Guller as the 10, has like the most chances created in Europe top 5 leagues. But this game he was like, oh, Jude is back. This Jude hype, this Jude PR is filthy. It's filthy. You know, I always make the comparison when it comes to the Yamal. Yamal has insane PR, but at least he's an insane footballing player. This dude stinks.
Yeah, shit in a plate.
Madrid, and Carlo and Xabi and everyone in that Madrid fan base talk about Bellingham like he's some generational midfielder. And yes, there will be valuable excuses. He just came back from an injury. He probably should not have started a big game like this. But once again, why did he start this game? Because Xabi and the Madrid, I don't know, circle atmosphere believe Bellingham is just... You even play him when he just came back from injury and when he will cook. Jude Bellingham, and then this Valverde double pivot. It works if you have a Guller as the 10 that can drop deep and help the ball. There's no technicality in this midfield. There's no control from Real Madrid. In the 90 minutes versus Atletico Madrid, and Atletico Madrid is not the toughest team to control the game against. They usually let the opposition control. But Atletico Madrid took the game from them. Kid jogador. You know what? We'll leave that when we come to when we talk about the players. I mean, a beautiful free kick here from Julian Alvarez. Jude back, Madrid looking ass. Am I shocked? No. Atletico, tougher some. And then this is what I saw in the game. Vinny, Rodrigo, Mbappe hugging off the touchline. Look, I'm gonna put myself in an Atletico Madrid defender's position. This is a dream for me. I have all the attackers in front of me. Behind me is fucking Dean Huyson camping in the box. Come on. It's so easy to defend against.
Focus on that against you.
Defend against. And that was the big thing for me in the game. We saw so many of the tendencies from last season of Real Madrid this game. Last season, Madrid had some of their biggest defeats ever. Losing versus Barca 5-2 and losing versus Arsenal 3-0. And it has just continued this season. Another big defeat. Even
if you are breathing, can't breathe now.
22 games, got his goal. Now let's go into more of the game and the stats and everything.
Chigla, focus on that.
Brother, I'm gonna scratch more man back to here, brother.
Real Madrid. Not controlling the game. A lot of it, I think, came towards the end. This game, first half was only 57. Second half, especially towards the end, Atletico, when they got their 4-2, the game was over. 6 shots, 2 big chances, 2 big... That's the thing with Madrid. They were shit in the beginning of the game, those 30 minutes. But then they pop. Counter-attacks, individual brilliance from Guller and Mbappe for the first goal, and Guller for the second goal. But then again, supposed to start controlling the game, dictating where the ball goes. No, Madrid, we don't do that. They do not control the game over here. Atletico Madrid 2.31 XG, 13 shots, 7 big chances. 7 big chances. And look, we were really critiqueful of FC Barcelona in the beginning of the season when they had conceded 12 big chances across their first 3 La Liga games. Madrid did have, yes, they're playing Atletico Madrid at the Metropolitano, a really tough game, but you cannot be conceding 7 big chances. Madrid's defense this game, they're pressing everything off the ball, were absolutely horrendous from Real Madrid this game. Start with Atletico Madrid, some individual talks here. Oblak conceded 2 goals.
No, yeah, give me the blood clot,
ball. For maybe he could have a magical save for one of the 2. Hanko as a left back, he was decent, but I would much rather play with an out-and-out left back. Lorente, cheeky game. Lenormand got the goal. Longley, not the best. Simeone, I think Simeone was really good this game. He just played with that passion. It was Simeone, the father, on the pitch. Saw that throughout the entire game. Barrios, you know, I've been hearing a lot of hype about Barrios. Whenever I watch a big Atletico game, he always looks a bit meaty. But this game, huge performance from Pablo Barrios. I remember some good passes he put as well. Gonzalo's good fighting spirit. Surloth should have gotten more probably than 1 goal, but he got his goal. And then it's Julian Alvarez.
Yo, exactly. Get the PS5 yet.
The media, everyone, and I think some of it is obviously from the Barca media. They want to get Alvarez out. They want to take him to FC Barcelona. But the entire notion was Alvarez needs to leave. Athletics too good for them. But this is what Alvarez wanted. People have to understand. Alvarez was a City, a team that's competing for the Premier League and Champions League every season. But he didn't want to be a star among stars. I mean, he wasn't even starting games regularly at City. He wanted to be the star of the team. And that's exactly what Julian Alvarez is. And he won the game for Atletico Madrid this game. You know, it was 3-2. Madrid could still get Fugue's goal back, and he scored that absolutely brilliant free kick. And he was absolutely amazing for the entire game, both scoring and creating opportunities for his teammates. Julian Alvarez, special player. I mean, we could have gotten him, man. That would have been insane. But Julian Alvarez, hats off to you. What an incredible performance from Julian Alvarez, top to bottom. Very hard for Atletico Madrid to keep him if they can't, you know, perform at the level they should. They should be competing for La Liga. They should go deep in the UCL, and maybe this performance, as I mentioned, is what we'll get the ball rolling and circulating. But now let's talk about Real Madrid, because we have to talk about Real Madrid. 5 goals conceded. 5 goals conceded.
One dirty job, say no.
They only conceded 5 goals in one game last season, which was the 5-2 Supercopa de España final.
They've
already conceded 5 goals. And you know, a lot of it
everybody Sunday.
Just overall Madrid. I didn't feel he was bad. I don't feel he conceded the goal he should not have conceded. The opposite, there were a lot of chances he saved that could have been a goal. Carvajal, I know that Trent is injured, but you gotta move on from these kinds of plays. I know Carvajal is last season, so I'm not even gonna be that critiqueful of Carvajal. He's just Militao
last night, so we're not following the recipe.
2 ACLs and major injuries. Like, why didn't Madrid sign more centre backs? Why was Dean Huijsen the only centre back signed? Militao is not good enough. Alaba is not good enough. Rudiger is not good enough. And Asensio came off the bench. He's not good enough. Why didn't Madrid sign centre backs?
Yeah, watch. Listen music.
Dean Huijsen. I remember the Premier League fans that watched Bournemouth. They told me somebody is better than Huijsen. Huijsen just got the PR. And after watching this game, I'm like, yeah, you're right. Dean Huijsen, all the ball playing ability and everything. But you gotta be good at defending. That's your main job. You can be so good at passing. If you're bad at defending, you're not gonna be starting games. Dean Huijsen has to improve that, but I don't even know if that's part of his game. So I would recommend the best thing is get an actual great defender next to him. Alongside Dean Huijsen, because unacceptable. Carreras. Whenever I don't watch Carreras, I see touchline, I see everybody tweeting about him. Madrid zone, Madrid extra. Carreras did 16 recoveries, the most since Sergio Ramos in 2019 and everything. But then I watch Carreras and he just looks like
Ricky give the most fucking ball.
Fran Garcia is they're not the same profile. They don't play the same way, but they're as mid as each other. Complete mid performance from Carreras. Then I've already talked about this midfield.
You play and get better. You just stop.
I can't even remember the error that led to a lot of Madrid fans have been very critical of Valverde under Xabi Alonso. I haven't watched enough Madrid to say that, but today it was completely.
Where me up from?
I mean, the entire midfield. Okay, one chance created.
One shot. I work after 7 this morning.
Contributions, maybe that added upon it. 1 out of 3 dribbles.
No, me not
6 tackles,
more
6 recoveries.
than.
Yeah, just some
Why
fugazi.
the
That's
fuck
not
you
your
go
job.
there,
You're
so?
playing as the 10. You're supposed to fucking create chances and score goals.
Right
But
now,
no, he
work
just
I go
drops
on.
backs and
Well, if
wins
them
some ground
230,
duels
them
and it's
I've got
suddenly at
just
7.7.
yeah,
This
just
midfield is
fix it on.
completely horrendous. Bring Guller back to his position. He even got an assist and a goal today. Good game from Arda Guller. Even though
Fuck people
like,
over
he
there,
was
like.
good impactful wise, but the overall game just didn't have the impact. Just play him there. Just play him there. Why does Bellingham have this PR? There's a difference between deserved PR. Like you can have a lot of PR that maybe you shouldn't have, but it's deserved at least. Bellingham doesn't deserve the PR he has. It completely doesn't. Such a mid player. And this midfield, it has to be fixed. Madrid have to look into a technical midfielder. Guller here is not enough, in my opinion. You need to get a deep playing midfielder. You need to get Vitinha. You need to get a Pedri. Madrid badly need that. Because who's going to bring up the ball from the center? Is Guller supposed to drop all the time? Is Mbappe's going to drop and Bellingham's going to drop? You need a deep playing midfielder. You need the deep playing midfielder.
People drop, the club needs it, the club needs it. Just blood flyer, Madrid need nobody else.
10 times better. Great assist. Absolutely magical assist. Apart from the absolute horrendous game from Vinicius Jr. And I've said this so many times. Why do Madrid keep playing Mbappe and Vini on the same pitch together? Sell Vini in January if you have to rescue the season. There's no point starting them together. We knew this before they signed. We knew this throughout last season. And we definitely knew that ahead of this season. But Madrid, being Madrid once again, making so many stupid decisions. And we have to talk about Florentino Perez. When he does great stuff, he deserves a lot of praise. All the UCLs Madrid have won, all the great negotiations, all this, all that. But we have to criticize Perez. He's the one that bought Mbappe for 200 million euros when he had Vini, Bellingham, Rodrigo, a Champions League winning attack. He's the one that didn't want to buy a centre back. He's the one that didn't want to buy a DM. He's the one that didn't want to buy an actual this and that. It's so many questionable. Mbappe, absolutely great goal. But apart from that, back to Mbappe from last season. Guller, good for him. Obviously gave away the penalty. Very stupid decision there from Arda Güler. The bench, yeah, meaty from both teams. Cheeky assist and goal from Bayana Griezmann. Franco tried a bit. Just so mid. It's just so mid. It genuinely feels like Madrid have taken 4 steps forward, but 10 steps backward. That's what it feels like. Because they are still the same Madrid from last season. Conceding 5 goals. Not being good offensively, not controlling the game, not having technical ability. It's horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. Champions League ranking and everything, I didn't have Madrid that high. And I've clearly many times said Madrid are not going to win this season. Because it's clear to see they're just not good enough. First big test of the season, they get absolutely destroyed in this fashion. Madrid-Liverpool coming up. But Liverpool lost today as well, so maybe it's going to be a tight game. But then the El Clasico. That's going to be the big one. Because we didn't see Atletico thrash Madrid last season. But we did see Barca thrash Madrid a couple of times. And if Barca thrash Madrid again, obviously it shows the greatness of Barca going into the season once again. It also shows that Madrid are still the same team from last season. That's been it from my boy PSG. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez, allez. Allez, Paris.
Allez, Paris.
I
swear on everything I love, bro.
Brother, I phone low, brother, and it's a ring in the ears.
Everything I love, bro. Yo, I'm about to lose my head, fam. Yo, I'm not even gonna say what I was about to say. I'm about to lose my head. Let me compose myself.
Chica, kick ball, bro.
Get rid of this manager.
Offside, youth.
Get rid of this manager right now. Jason Wilcox.
My wife, I like
a criminal.
I kick off a ball a long time.
Sir Jim Ratcliffe, bro. I don't care what you guys did in the summer.
Listen, I'm going to take the connection, bro.
I don't care about your pride.
Long time I play a game and it's a month, bro.
Right now, you're taking the piss out of every single Manchester United fan. I'm not even.
Yeah, that's Liverpool.
About the fans hammering in.
On
everything.
How much UFC same time, dog? Nah,
it could get violent, bro. It could get violent. If you say that in my face, it could get violent. All you people that have come up to me on the street and said, yo, give him time.
Premier League winner.
Stop drinking. I will send you to betterhelp.com, bro. This ain't an advert. I ain't got an ad. This ain't an ad.
Pussy, I wish I would Bruno in.
.com.
Can kick a blood clot.
Bro, I know you want to try to compare Vocalista to Bruno.
Whatever you're going
Vocalista could have walked in a Bruno shoes before the madman manager. No, go try.
If you're hammering in, I worry for your relationship.
No, go try to compare.
Go and check your girl's phone. Go and check her phone. She might be cheating and you don't even know.
Yeah, size up the
Go and check your girl's phone. Because I know you be accepting anything in your crib. I know you do. I know you accept anything in your household. Get rid of this manager. The football is the worst I've ever seen it. It's gone too far.
With football and in
We've
just
lost 17
games
in 33 matches under this manager.
You're
taking the piss.
You're
taking the piss.
One day, Chigla. One day you'll elevate, you know?
Bro, I don't even want to be repeating myself, but like, I
just
want to be crashing. But these guys make me go crazy, bro. This manager is sick.
So hopefully before GTA 6
he's crazy.
When GTA 6 come out, then I'm going to take a trip.
Luke Shaw Maguire still starting. They were starting in 2019. Shaw has been mid his whole time here. When he's fit, he's the best left back in the country. This guy's been fit all season. Ass.
Oh yeah, because there's a 1 hour sleep here. Almost a 1 hour box.
That's what he's been doing. Serving up cheeks.